Are you scared about the global recession, rising inflation, layoffs across the industry, people losing their job? Is that causing you stress? Like most people nowadays, unfortunately, these are very difficult times for most people. Everybody is worrying about their jobs. What happens if they lose their jobs? Everybody wants to have financial security and a secure job, right? The good thing is cybersecurity is a very good field to be in. I mean, the jobs are booming despite news of a global recession everywhere. This makes sense because cyber criminals, they don't care if you're in a recession or not, and they'll steal your data whether it's a recession or not. So while a stressful job, cybersecurity is pretty secure, and it's a great way to future-proof your career, provided you stay updated. And but the problem is now cybersecurity is a great field, but what's the problem? What if you're a non-technical person, you have no technical background whatsoever, and you want to move into cybersecurity? Well, simply applying for cybersecurity jobs won't work, right? Because you won't have experience, and you'll only get that rejection email from the HR. So there are good news is there are ways of successfully moving into cybersecurity even if you don't have any technical experience, which I'm going to talk about. So that's the point of this whole video, guys. Today, I'm going to talk about how to get into cybersecurity for non-IT professionals. I mean, I'm talking about that you don't have an IT background. Okay, I've already made a video on IT people who want to move into cybersecurity, but this is for non-IT professionals. I mean, you do not have a background in IT at all, and you want to move into cybersecurity. So there are the few things you can do. A lot of people come up to me. I'm a career coach, and I help people coach them in how to like move into cybersecurity. They give me a few excuses. Some of them are some people they say I'm not a technical person. Well, okay, good news. You don't have to be fully technical to have a career in cybersecurity. It helps, but it is not a deal breaker. It's not like a showstopper which will stop you from having a career in cybersecurity. The second one, which is funny, they say, I don't know coding. I don't know who said that you need to know coding for cybersecurity. You do not need to know coding for the vast majority of cybersecurity jobs. And the last one is funny also. I'm too old. I mean, I have coached people who are in their late 50s and early 60s, and they have transitioned into cybersecurity. I know people who are like in their 50s and they learned Python and they got good jobs. So, no excuses, guys. Honestly. So, let's look into how you can move into cybersecurity as a non IT professional. Okay. But first, just a quick introduction. If you're new here, this is my channel, The Cloud Security Guy. My name is Taimur. And what I do is I give like on a weekly basis, I try to give good advice on cloud security, cyber security jobs, artificial intelligence, just basically help people out who want to move into this good field. So if you're new, please do like and subscribe to this channel, guys. That will really help the channel to grow and reach the maximum amount of people. So what are the key steps you can do, guys? I'm assuming you have a non-technical background and you want to move into cybersecurity. Well, first step you want to do is niche down. That is, choose which area of cybersecurity you want to focus on. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to get into cybersecurity, what they do is they Google what is the highest paying cybersecurity job or certification. They spend a lot of money on getting them and they start applying like crazy to all the cybersecurity jobs. That really works, and you will have serious problems down the road because you're not playing to your strengths, right? You should first take a look at yourself. What are your strengths, and then see which cybersecurity field they map to. What type of background you currently have can help you decide which cybersecurity area you can focus on. Let's take a few examples, right? So let's take an example. You're a teacher, right? You have a teaching background. Then you have an advantage, right? You have a passion for learning. And one of the best ways to teachers to move into cybersecurity is to move into GRC jobs, security governance and compliance jobs, where you need to assess things like PCI DSS, ISO, GDPR, because they need a deep understanding of underlying regulations, and teachers are good at absorbing and applying such material, right? So moving to a GRC job is much easier for people who have a teaching background. What else? Maybe you're an accountant, right? You like crunching numbers, auditing, financial, then IT systems auditing, that will map easily to your job profile. Why? Because this field requires deep analysis and an ability to learn tools on large amounts of data, right? Because this will play to your strengths, and you'll have an easy time to transition to cybersecurity. What else? Maybe on marketing, right? Marketing might seem like a strange choice, but I've seen people make the transition because one of the areas you can focus on is cybersecurity awareness, which requires you to make material, content, videos to catch people's attention on cybersecurity risks without boring them. Another example, what if you have an engineering background? Then usually the easiest way to move into cybersecurity is to move into networking or network security, There are some great free tutorials on YouTube on certification like the CCNA, which can make you familiar with networking jargon. If you already have an engineering background, moving into network security is very, very easy. You won't believe how easy it is. Okay, what if you have law enforcement, right? You won't believe how many people in law enforcement they want to move into cybersecurity. Well, then incident response and digital forensics. It's pretty much made for people with background in law enforcement as they get to deal with another type of criminal. You need to have a cool head under pressure and have problem solving skills under high pressure. That is something which law enforcement people have, and you can easily apply that to incident response. So I hope you understood, guys, what I'm saying. Find out what you are doing right now and apply that, and find out which area of cybersecurity it maps into. Okay, now that you've chosen it, what's the next step? Well, the next step is to ramp up. So now that you understand, now you know what, you have a basic idea of which cybersecurity field you want to go to. Focus on getting validation of those skills with courses and certifications. Now choose it. Okay, as irritating as it sounds, without some sort of cert or course that proves that you have the skills you're claiming to have, your CV will simply get thrown into the HR bin of rejected CVs, right? Find out which certifications focus on areas. And if you do not have money, like you don't have a budget, right? The good news is there are a lot of free courses which are there. You can easily use them to get the skills. A few of them, let me mention, there are things like the AWS Skill Builder. You can just Google it. It has completely free courses on how you can build your skills in the cloud, right? Cloud security, you can easily understand them and get a very good idea about what skills you need to have to move into the cloud. Other ones is the SANS, Cyber Aces, completely free cybersecurity training course. Okay, you can get your handle on cybersecurity. The EC Council, they have completely free courses on digital forensics, network defense essentials, which you can take a look at. Well, from the University of Washington, they have an amazing course which is Introduction to Cybersecurity. So this was just to give you an example, guys, that there are many easily freely available courses which you can use to get a hand on cybersecurity. Now that you've decided which area to focus on. Okay, next step is what? Getting hands-on experience. So now that you know which field of cybersecurity to pursue, and you have an understanding of the basics, you want to start applying for these jobs, right? You're going to start applying for those jobs. Don't expect an immediate response, but your focus is to get interviews and understand what questions get asked. In parallel, we want to get hands-on experience. So you might be saying, how do I get experience, right? I don't have experience to get a job, and the only way to get a job is to get experience. So you're stuck here, right? Well, the good news is there are some good ways of getting experience, which you can put on your CV even if you don't have a job. Well, if you've used Fiverr, freelancing websites like Fiverr and Upwork, they allow you to create gigs where you can offer your services at dirt cheap prices, right? Now that you have an understanding, a basic understanding of cybersecurity, you can start offering your service at completely $5. I think that's the cheapest Fiverr does. Tell people you'll do a cloud security assessment or you'll do a PCI audit completely for free. The entire point is not to make money, right? You want to get that experience which you can put on your CV. So create your profile in Fiverr and Upwork and start finding jobs to do. So, and you can even reach out to smaller companies in your area, non-profit companies that cannot afford full-time security teams. Offer your security services for free. Most of the time, they will happily work with you to secure the environment because they don't have the budgets, right? So these are the good ways of getting jobs, getting some sort of hands-on experience which you can put on your CV, get their testimonials, everything. While you're doing this, what else you can do? Well, it's time to build your brand in the industry. So one way of boosting your profile is to build up your brand as a cybersecurity expert. Now, you might be saying, how do I do that? I mean, I don't have a job, right? Well, there are numerous ways of doing it which are freely available. You have things like Medium, right? I've made a complete video on that. You can look at my channel and see the video. But Medium is an amazing way of reaching a huge amount of cybersecurity pros across the world. Start writing on Medium. It's a free blogging platform. And check out my course if you're just getting started. And you can reach amazing thousands and thousands of people. And one of those people might be your future job, right? Udemy, all the knowledge you have gathered, you can easily turn it into a 30-minute course, right? Create a simple course using Zoom and PowerPoint, upload it onto Udemy. Again, there's I have made videos on that, how you can make that. So take a look at that. Nothing makes you look like an expert more than having a course. And YouTube, you're looking at this video on YouTube, right? Start making security videos instead of watching them. This is a great way to make your profile stand out in front of hiring managers when you put your YouTube channel there. Okay, so the point is not to get monetized or make a lot of money. The point is to put your profile out there in the market. Step 5 is to network. Networking is very, very important, guys. Start attending security events and conferences, not the virtual ones, not the ones on Zoom. I want to talking about face to face. This will establish your presence and create your visibility. I've said it many times before. Nobody is going to hire you if nobody knows about you, right? Even better than attending these conferences is start speaking at them. You can start speaking as a cybersecurity like a professional. Find local chapters of bodies like ISACA, ISC2, Cloud Security Alliance, and join them for free for speaking opportunities. It will really make your profile stand out and make you look like an expert, and people will reach out to you to give you jobs. Okay. And lastly, which is very important, boosting your LinkedIn profile. I cannot believe, like, a lot of people come to me for coaching, and I cannot be, when I look, they say they want to like get a job, but their LinkedIn profile is completely unacceptable. It has nothing about what they do, what they know, nothing about their specialties at all, right? So LinkedIn gives you access to millions and millions of cybersecurity professionals. One of them could be your future hiring manager. Start reaching out and making connections. I've made a complete video on how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to link it right now. Please take a look at that and improve your profile today itself. So I hope you understood, guys, what I was talking about. I hope you found this video useful. And if you're a non-technical person, do not get disheartened. Follow the advice I've given and start applying to those jobs today. And definitely you'll get a very good position regardless of whatever the job market is. Cybersecurity is a happening field. You will get that job. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.